rebuilding lives and homes shattered by crises in the northern part of Nigeria. At the commencement of the crisis in the north in 2010,
all right, welcome. It's Super FM Port Harcourt 93.3. That is the dial. And it's now time for us to commence Arm of Hope half hour. And it's the charity arm or the philanthropy arm of the church, a very popular church in Port Harcourt, Abundant Life Evangel Mission, that is headed, well, it was founded and presided over by the man Apostle Eugene Egwatu Ogu. And this is his dream, to touch the lives of indigents, to touch the lives of those who life has dealt very hard blows, widows and their children, and those who are dealing with issues, legal issues, and have no one to speak for them. On very many levels, Arm of Hope continues to touch the lives of people. And I do have the privilege of having a representative of the Arm of Hope join me on the program today. And she's in charge of the financial aspect of Arm of Hope. And it's very important for us every time we hear of foundations and non-governmental agencies and the likes. They never really go to talk about the financial part of it. But today, Arm of Hope has decided to send a financial representative, the person in charge of its finances, the goings in and out of money into the foundation. And she is Mrs. Haparuchi Nanta. Good to have you on the program today.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So tell me, first of all, about your office as the financial head or the representative of finance of Arm of Hope.
Thank you very much. Arm of Hope, like you rightly stated, had been in existence for quite a number of years now. I'm talking about its finances. The areas it covers is actually very massive. But if you ask me how this money comes in, that's where you find out that the man behind this vision carries massive grace. Okay. Money and the way it comes in. Arm of Hope for now had not really gotten great support from the outside.
Wow.
Yeah, from the outside. But you find out that its financial strength comes majorly from the church.
Okay.
And the man behind the vision, where he lives his life for others. Everything that makes him who he is, he sacrifices for this foundation to stay afloat. And it doesn't matter who is involved. That's the most interesting aspect of it.
Wow.
It's not restricted to just Abundant Life members. In fact, a greater number of the beneficiaries are non-members of the church.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they are non-members of the church. If you talk about members of the church benefiting, maybe just the widows.
Okay.
The widows, their children. Now, how this money is being dispensed, I'm speaking basically as it concerns education and health.
Okay.
Okay, because that's where most times we have these challenges.
Okay.
Okay. Every widow Arm of Hope had ever encountered whose children are in school, Arm of Hope had ensured that that child never loses his basic education because of payment of fees. You understand? So each student that falls under this category is being paid for.
Wow.
It covers from the primary to secondary and up to tertiary institutions. This support keeps going to these indigents. And then on health ground too, Arm of Hope had a retainership with Sophia Clinic.
Okay.
Along Old Abba Road.
Yeah.
is number 5 Old Abba Road, Sophia Clinic. That is where we send those who come, or those who we identify have this need of health care. Those that are not out of emergency will actually identify with the office, and a letter introducing them to the hospital is being given. And as soon as they get to the hospital with that letter, they are being given maximum attention. And if it's a case of emergency, the hospital has the numbers to call.
Right. So the person who's coming to the hospital doesn't really need to have a letter, because, I mean, emergencies don't pre-inform you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and the fact that they mention Arm of Hope and a call comes from the hospital to us, we identify, you go ahead. And sometimes we also run into people, it's not just necessarily those who have identified or whom we have identified. Apostle goes out of his way when he encounters such persons, and the reference is being given to them to go to Sophia Clinic.
Yeah.
Okay. So we make the payments too. It's only for the hospital to give attention, sending their bills at the end of the month, and we keep paying. The understanding is there.
So it's a monthly thing?
It's a monthly thing.
And it doesn't matter how many people the hospital has seen?
It does not matter. It does not matter.
Wow.
It doesn't.
So let's look at it on the average, right? Say every month, what does the Arm of Hope dispense to these hospitals that are your partners? I'm aware also that this hospital that you mentioned is not the only one, but on the average rather, how much? Just give us an estimate of what goes in just for healthcare.
In these close to 3 years, I have managed this finance aspect of it. I have not seen a bill that is way below 500,000. So it's always coming between 400 to 500,000 naira and above.
Monthly?
Monthly.
And this is every month?
On a monthly basis. The hospital will send in their bill, and it comes to us.
And I believe that, the hospital would even be a little more lenient, because they also understand that.
That's why I said the understanding is there. Wow. It's a retainership, so we wouldn't leave them empty. We keep paying. Do you understand? We keep paying, and so when we send patients to them, they attend to them, because they know definitely their payment will come. It's not been easy. I must tell you, it's not been easy.
What?
But the payment keeps going in. But how we generate this fund?
And this is not a business that makes profit
at all. Non-profit making 100%.
Wow.
But our profit is in the lives we are affecting.
Give me an example. Paint a scenario for me of a case of an emergency that was rushed to the hospital. Just give me an example. Paint a picture.
Okay. I've had an instance where a call came from the hospital that Miss so and so is on admission. There's no letter accompanying her visit. And so, should we go ahead? Do you understand?
Yes.
Should we go ahead? The response from the office guarantees whether the hospital should go ahead or not.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't remember any instance where we have said, no, don't. The important thing here is that life must be saved.
But
before we can even talk about it.
All right, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Is oftentimes when, even with insurance policies, yes, there are limits to the treatments that you get.
Yeah.
So your insurance company, sometimes they will not even tell you that limit until, God forbid, you are there.
That happens with
They will
HMOs.
now say, oh, unfortunately, yes.
It's HMOs.
Unfortunately, the insurance doesn't cover this so and that. Is there a limit to the kind of treatment people can get courtesy the Arm of Hope?
I have not encountered any that we said we cannot handle.
So whether
those.
the person
yes,
has come down
at some point we have had few cases where the hospital we have retainership with Sophia had given referrals.
Right.
Okay, given referrals to hospitals of higher, or where such ailments could be handled. You understand? But sometimes in such cases, where we've not had any anyway that I would say we couldn't have pulled through on this. But referrals given, we have also attended.
So no matter where they're referred to, no matter the cost that is incurred, Arm of Hope takes care of it.
Arm of Hope takes care. We've not had any going beyond or what we will say, no, we cannot handle. The important thing to us had always been us. So one of such hospitals that referrals have given in the time past is Save Our Life. And you know what that means.
Right.
If you're in Port Harcourt and you know what
we are
Save Our Life. Yeah, it's not a place you walk in and you say, let me go and they will give me attention. Yes, they give attention, but you know it's not easy to come by. Okay. That's just one example that I can give you in Port Harcourt here.
Wow. So there are cases also where the referral may even be outside of Port Harcourt.
Yes. Like one or two persons had in recent times been sent to FMC Owerri too.
Wow. Interesting. Absolutely interesting. All right, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back from this break, we'll be talking more about how this money comes in. Because when you talk about 400 to 500,000 naira monthly for health bills alone, we're not talking education. We're going to go into the education aspect of it, but well, let's go on this quick break. And when we return from this break, we'll talk more on the financial part of Arm of Hope. Do not change the dial. It's Arm of Hope Half Hour right here on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. And we're looking at the ministry, the life and the exploits of Apostle Eugene Ogu, president and founder of the Abundant Life Evangel Mission. Do not change the dial. It's Super FM Port Harcourt.
This is Arm of Hope Half Hour on your lifestyle radio, Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. Arm of Hope reaches out to widows, oppressed, less privileged in the society to share in their needs and give hope to the hopeless. Yes, Arm of Hope cares. Arm of Hope, empowering generation.
My name is Apostle Eugene Ogu, the General Overseer of Abundant Life Evangel Mission and the President, Arm of Hope Foundation.
Website www.armofhope.org.ng.
Arm of Hope.
We are Super FM.
Welcome back. It's still Arm of Hope Half Hour right here on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. And I still have in the studio with me the representative and the one in charge of finance of Arm of Hope Foundation, Mrs. Hapuruchi Nanta. And we're still talking about the financial aspects of Arm of Hope and how money is generated and dispensed. But we've looked at how much is dispensed for medical bills, right? Let's now take a look at how money, is also dispensed when it comes to the education aspect of it. Please talk to us about it. I don't know if you're aware of how many people Arm of Hope is seeing through school, but give us an idea and an estimate based on how much money is dispensed for school fees and the likes.
Okay, when I spoke to us the first time, I told us that Arm of Hope caters for children of widows in health and in education too.
Yes.
In education, it covers from primary to secondary.
From when you are met, actually.
Yes, from the point you come into contact with Arm of Hope Foundation. Yeah. And these children are in various schools. You understand? They're in various schools with different levels of payments.
Right.
But each student under Arm of Hope scholarship scheme gets his or her school fees paid as and when
due.
No child under Arm of Hope scheme had ever, for any reason, been asked to stop school because money was not being paid. They get their payment, their requirements
Beginning of a session
from
or
the
term.
beginning of every session. On some of them, the schools send us
The bill.
the bills directly, and the school account is being credited directly from Arm of Hope account. Then, and some of them bring the printout. Those of them that are in higher institutions, they come with the printout of what is being required for a session. This also we made confirmations on. Once we confirm that it's true, Arm of Hope dispenses fund
Yeah.
to the school. To the child,
Right.
for payment to be made. But this child must definitely come back to us with receipts that are confirmable.
Right.
Okay, so that's how school fees are being paid. That's how school fees are being paid. Sometimes on how funds come in, like you asked before,
Yes.
and I told you that the backbone of Arm of Hope had been the church and the apostle himself. But there are also those in the category we see as Arm of Hope volunteers.
Okay.
These are people that you don't see, they don't have money like you say is so.
They're not millionaires and
they're not millionaires
billionaires.
and billionaires, but they have this passion inside of them too,
To
that they
also
want
reach
to
out.
identify, want to reach out. If we can go through this foundation,
Right.
but on a monthly basis, they give just a little token
That they
at the
can
count.
afford.
Yes, they identified with us. It keeps trickling in little amounts of 3,000, 2,000, just like that.
Wow.
And you see, that's the support we have gotten so far. But apart from that, it's the man of God. At some point, he sold properties to see that this foundation is funded.
What?
That's the level
comes to
of
that
care.
point?
It comes to that point. It pains him to see a child in need of such basic requirement,
So
as in education and health.
on the average, give us an estimate of what Arm of Hope dispenses for education.
It's huge. It's huge because most of these students are in private schools, and in the primary and secondary levels. You understand? And then, if you talk about tertiary institution too, giving you a figure, I might underestimate it. And so,
Just give me an average. The average that could be less than what actually is, but just give us a sense of how much money goes out for education alone.
in every session, it comes up to the point with the money being paid on education for students.
Session
under,
or term or session is a
session
whole
is
year.
for tertiary institutions.
Yes.
So universities don't pay
Yes.
per semester.
Yes, I'm
We
aware.
pay per session. Okay, but those in primary and secondary is sometimes
Basis, yes.
So if you put it together, I must tell you, it doesn't run anything less than 3 to 4 million
Wow.
per section or in every academic year.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing.
Amazing.
Okay, so just in case someone is listening right now and would like to be a part of Arm of Hope and they want to give, they're moved by what we've just said.
Okay.
How can they reach out? Is Arm of Hope still open to partners who are not
Very
necessarily, members of ALEM?
It's open. We need such assistance coming from the outside. Now, you asked the question sometime, how far we can go. Should it be, should there be a need? A referral is given, like in health. That it goes beyond me saying, no, it's Sophia Clinic. Referrals are given even outside. There had been a case of a particular child that
Yes.
was sent out of the country. It's a cancer patient.
Wow.
Her name is Eldora. I must mention name. Her name is Eldora. It's a cancer patient that ordinarily hope was lost. But Apostle kept on pushing. We sent this child to India. And you know what it means, sending someone outside country to India for an ailment like cancer. And all that was required She moved from UPTH to FMC, Owerri, to Abuja, and finally at India. But the good thing is that we were able to get that life back.
Wow.
We're able to get that back,
so heartwarming.
that life back.
And she's doing fine
She's
today.
fine as I speak to you. She's fine. Yeah.
Amazing.
And if you ask me what is involved in that financially, do I really need to say it?
Wow.
But it was huge.
Of course. Treatment
Huge.
abroad.
Millions of naira went in. Apostle went out of his way in this particular case to see that lady comes back alive, and God in his infinite mercy gave us the support we actually wanted, because I can only say that was just God at work. But financially, he stood by that time.
How does Apostle Eugene Ogu do it? How does he do it? Because, I was speaking to the lady from last week, and while we were talking, I was telling her that Arm of Hope is only just coming on radio this period. But Arm of Hope has not been publicizing its activities and its exploits, right? So this is the first time we're coming to discuss this issue to the hearing of the general public.
Okay.
How does Apostle Eugene Ogu do it? That doesn't mean that this is Arm of Hope just started. Arm of Hope has been around.
It's been in existence
for many years.
And Arm of Hope, if I must tell you, is borderless. It's not restricted to Port Harcourt. Neither is it restricted to Apostle Ogu's hometown. In fact, you hardly find his people here. He lives his life for others. You understand? Where you come from, that's what I'm trying to explain. Where you come from
doesn't matter.
The highest of its kind was, there was a time there was a massive slaughter somewhere in the north. Benue precisely, Plateau State. We are over 300 and something persons we are slaughtered by these headsmen attack thing.
Wow.
Our person went all out down to a place called Dogonaho Wadia. And for every man or woman that fell victim of that attack, who has a child who should go to school, Apostle took it upon himself. Arm of Hope has a school there. And all the children of those who were killed during that massacre,
yes,
they all benefited from it. And some of them are still in school. They're all beneficial. What I'm saying that that school started with a number like 145 persons. 145 persons, but about 70% of those who were in school then are beneficiaries of this scholarship. He saw them through secondary school, free, from school uniform to books, no tuition paid. But the school established by Arm of Hope Foundation, which is still
in existence.
And so how do you put money value to this number of students in a school with all expense paid? That was why when you asked me if I can give idea of the money, how do you put money value to this?
I mean, when you said 3 million, I just think that it's child's play compared to what you perhaps are spending.
No.
For the number of people, I remember the first few episodes that I had on this show, and it talked about the fact that there was a program the apostle attended, and asked for everybody who was a child, son or daughter of a widow, to raise their hands up.
That was in Uniport.
And every single one of them got involved.
Got involved at their different levels. Some of them were in 200 levels, some 300, some in their final year. And now, when I also gave you that amount, part of it, there are those who must write JAMB every year. And as they come, Arm of Hope buys this JAMB form for them in their numbers. As many as are identified are being paid for. And there are some also whose Arm of Hope support pays their tuition. There are some who, both tuition, accommodation, books, everything.
Please give us the account numbers, just so someone who is listening would want to, support.
Wherever you are listening and hearing the sound of my voice, if there is a foundation to identify with, it's Arm of Hope Foundation. Arm of Hope has an account with Zenith Bank PLC. And the account number I'll give you right here and now. So
Yes, please, go ahead.
you're very free to transfer to the account name is Arm of Hope Foundation with Zenith Bank. Account number 101-322-3237.
101-322-3237. All right.
That's Arm of Hope Foundation account. We'll be glad to receive whatever token you can give. Haven't heard what Arm of Hope is doing.
Give us
Can I
another
call it
number. Is it just that one?
This is a very active one for now that
Okay.
monies can.
Okay. Mr. Justice, do you want to give us another account number? Okay. All right, it's still Arm of Hope half hour right here on Super 93.3 FM, and I've just been given another account number from GT Bank. It says, please take it down. The account name again is Arm of Hope Foundation, and it is 011-8485-897. 011-8485-897. And the Arm of Hope is open to your donations, your contributions, and if you've been thinking of a place to send money to work for you, to touch the lives of people, please give to the Arm of Hope. There's another number from Fidelity Bank, and that is 411-000298, and that is Fidelity Bank. Okay, there's a First Bank account number as well, and it's 201-5726-003. That is from First Bank right here. Yes, please give to this particular cause. We'll take the number again because our time is almost out, but we'll take the number again. Zenith Bank, if you'd like to give, Zenith Bank 101-322-3237. 101-322-3237, and that is Zenith Bank. There's a GT Bank account, also Arm of Hope, 011-8485-897. 011-8485-897, and that is GT Bank. There's another one from Fidelity Bank, and it is 411-000298. 411-000298, Fidelity Bank. And the last account number is an account in First Bank, still Arm of Hope Foundation, 201-5726-003. 201-5726-003, Arm of Hope is the name of the account. The bank is First Bank. Thank you so very, very much for joining me on the program today, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, and that concludes it on Arm of Hope. You've just listened to my interview with Mrs. Hapuruchi Nanta, who's in charge of finance, Arm of Hope Foundation. Special thanks to the Abundant Life Evangel Mission for this program, but most especially, big thanks to Apostle Eugene Egwatu Ogu of the Abundant Life Evangel Mission. He is a general overseer of the church and a founder, president of Arm of Hope Foundation. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. The sports gang is ready, and it's the sports duo of Mary J and Sky, your Osisi Kanku one. Don't touch the dial. Super FM Port Harcourt. My name is Obi Ivy.
This is Arm of Hope half hour on your lifestyle radio, Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. Arm of Hope. reaches out to widows, oppressed, less privileged in the society to share in their needs and give hope to the hopeless. Yes, Arm of Hope cares. Arm of Hope, empowering generation.
My name is Apostle Eugene Ogu, the General Overseer of Abundant Life Evangelization and the President, Arm of Hope Foundation.
Website www.armofhope.org.ng.
Arm of Hope has been in the forefront.
It's going. It's out of here.
I get my sports information. Sports.
Patriots and the Giants.
You like football, right? High five, football fan.
I love baseball more than anything.
This is Sports on Super FM, Nigeria's #1 family lifestyle talk and urban radio station.
We are Super FM.
Music for the whole family. Talk for the whole family.
Entertainment
For the whole family.
I don't know. This place is crack-a-lackin'.
This is Super FM,
Oh, I can hang here.
Nigeria's #1 family lifestyle talk and urban radio station.
It's going. It's out of
I
here.
get my sports information. Sports.
Patriots and the Giants.
You like football, right? High five, football
I love
fan.
baseball more than anything.
This is Sports on Super FM, Nigeria's #1 family lifestyle talk and urban radio station.
Super Weekend Sports. Catch all the exciting in-depth previews and reviews of major sporting stories across the globe. Listen to expert in-game analysis and follow every action. Rep your team and join the conversation via social media and phone-in sessions. Don't miss the action every Saturday from